are some people able to get their online courses sold out while others are still doubting themselves or feeling overwhelmed, disappointed, and exhausted as they do all the hard work in developing their courses with no enrolments? Hi, my name is Lee Stem, and I'm the founder of Get It Launched 6-week beginner coaching cohort training and coaching program. And I started my training and coaching business in 21 years, transitioning to online in 2018. Over the past 4 years, I have been as obsessed in online marketing, working in the trenches, experimenting, coaching, and learning from the top entrepreneurs in the world so I can share with you the frameworks and processes that are working today to launch your online courses. I will be sharing with you a step-by-step roadmap for creating successful online courses so you never waste your time developing courses that simply don't sell. A few weeks ago, I sent out a survey and an email to my communities and my subscriber list, asking them for their feedback around the top questions about courses that fail, and I was completely overwhelmed by the response. I wanted to take a moment today to shoot a quick video for you to show you a few little secrets about how you can get your courses sold out. Yes, that's correct. Get your courses sold out before you spend time developing them. Trying to build an online thriving business that gives you the lifestyle of your choice, that frees up your time and provides you more income, certainly is not as easy as many people expect. There are simply no overnight successes. It is so much easier when you know what things to focus on and you're aware of the pitfalls that new, inexperienced entrepreneurs often fall into. What I'm going to show you today is going to save you from feeling disappointed, overwhelmed, and frustrated, wasting your time and money when you try and work it out yourself. Having a guide certainly will keep you focused with a proven step-by-step formula that will drive success in your next launch. When I first moved from the corporate world to become a CEO of my own business back in 2001, I used to develop course after course that simply didn't sell. Yes, I got a few small enrollments each time, but I simply thought that the solution to the problem was just to continue developing more courses. In fact, I remembering one year I developed my Leadership Mastery series that had 12 courses that I had developed, and I had 5 sales. All that hard work and all that energy in developing a program that simply did not sell. I was exhausted and I was starting to lose faith in the ability to be a business owner. But the thing I realised as well is I had absolutely no marketing sense. And what I was relying on was simply referrals, as I was a good coach and a good trainer, and the courses that I developed were a high standard, but nobody knew that I existed. Marketing at that stage did not interest me, and I did not even want to get involved with marketing within my business. Until one day, this happened to me. In 2016, it was the saddest day of my life. It was a day that I got diagnosed with skin cancer, and I had to have my whole nose removed and had 7 operations to reconstruct it within that year. And now I realised that I didn't have a business at all. I had given myself a job. And of course, my business did not survive as I was not there to support my clients. And after the year of surgery on my face, then I fell into a year of depression as well. No clients now, no business, and I knew I had to do something. It indeed was the solo entrepreneur's worst nightmare. But I made a decision at that stage that I wanted to do things differently, that I wanted to run an online business. So I went out onto my own quest and became obsessed in learning how to do online marketing. I put a line in the sand and I made a commitment to myself. This time, I was going to run my business differently. I was going to have a business that was truly a business and that didn't rely on me being there every day. So I drew a line in the sand and committed myself to do what I thought I hated, which was to learn online marketing. And now I love it. So for the last 4 years, I have been following, investing in myself, and being trained and mentored by the top online entrepreneurs in the world who are successful in developing and launching online courses. Not only did I learn from them and being mentored by them, I also implemented all the strategies into my business, experimenting, learning, changing and adapting. And now I have proven strategies that I know work and they are tested in my business and I get the same results all the time. And these strategies I'm going to share with you. Before I go into sharing the strategies with you, I want you to also remember that everything that happens to us in our life, there's a reason for it. So reflecting back to when I got ill in 2016, and I knew I had to change and learn how to run a successful business, was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Because during that 15 years as an entrepreneur, relying on referrals and struggling all the time to keep my business going, I was indeed exhausted and I knew things had to change. So I discovered the right task to tackle at the right time, to do things in the right order, to recognize my superpowers and also my strengths. I now have a proven system to follow that guides me and supports me along the way. And also I have a strong sense of resilience, knowing that I can pick myself up from the floor every single time to keep on moving forward in my business. Imagine if you were going somewhere and you had a roadmap in your hand and the roadmap was leading you to the wrong destination. It was wrong. It was wrong. Or perhaps you don't even have a roadmap and you think you can get to the destination without using a roadmap. And sometimes you never even start the journey. You never open the doors to new opportunities if you simply don't start. Staying in your comfort zone will certainly give you safety and protect you, but your life will be meaningless and you will feel unfulfilled. To have a sense of meaning within your life, you have to take action and have new goals that you are focused on and new adventures as well. Instead, you could make the decision that you will draw a line in the sand and that it's time for you to get really serious about building your online business. And that by taking action, implementing the right tasks in the right time, in the right order, you can feel a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment as you shape the direction that you want to take your business forward. I want to share with you now the 3 essential steps that must be achieved when creating a thriving online business. So the first step is you must have a deep understanding of your audience. And that means having an understanding of their pain points, their challenges, their desires, what keeps them up at night. Understand what's going on in them. And often in marketing, we talk about entering the conversation in, or that is already in the head of your audience, of your ideal client. And the more you understand them, easy it is for you to relate to them and resonate with them with the right messaging. Step 2, once you understand your audience, and then you have to ensure that you have the solution that's going to overcome that specific problem. And you only focus on one problem at a time. So your solution needs to fill the gap of what's already out there in the market at the moment. The solution must address the problem that's in your audience's head. Third one is now your go-to marketing strategy. That's the strategic strategy that you're going to follow that's going to give you the results that are you looking for, so you get your courses sold out before you even develop them. So today, in this video, I'm going to deep dive into the importance of our first step, which is knowing your audience, even before you start to develop your courses, so that you can immediately start to attract the clients that will be chasing you and ready to join your next program that you release. So I'm going to share with you now 3 simple points to help you to gain a deeper understanding of your audience. Social media is amazing for research. Everything is on the internet for you. So you can very quickly research what is happening with the audience. So you don't necessarily have to know your business idea at this point, because the more that you research your audience, the clearer it's going to become as to what they want. You always need to develop the solution to their problem, which was the second point we talked about. If you don't know their problem, then you will not be able to nail the solution down. So therefore, your courses won't have as much impact as a course that solves a pain point of your audience. So here are a few steps that you can do to use social media as your research platform. Firstly, I want to imagine yourself as a scientist, and you're in your laboratory, you're looking through your microscope, and this is what you are going to do with your audience. You're going to take time to truly understand them. So first of all, start to find out where your audiences hang out. Do they hang out on Facebook? Do they hang out on Instagram? Do they hang out on LinkedIn or YouTube? But start to research and notice where most of your audience hangs out. Once you determine the platform that they're hanging out, do a search on the types of groups that they would hang out in. Then you join those groups as a member, and you start to scroll through those groups as the scientist with your microscope out, looking for their conversations, listening to the types of questions that they're asking, watching the type of responses that people are coming back with as well. So this is going to give you the patterns and the problems that they are experiencing. Social media for me is a very good platform for my research. Not necessary for me a platform that I want to build my groups or things like that, but I certainly do want to research them. So this is one strategy that you can use, and it's really easy for you to start to, copying some of their language and put it on a file, so you can start to use their language in your messaging, which is a further step down the trail as well. Remembering when you're going through these groups, you're looking for their pain points, looking for, what are things are they avoiding? What questions are they asking? Starting to work out what are their internal fears? What are the things that they're scared about, such as self-doubt or being judged or failure or not being good enough or not perfect enough? These are all internal factors that we often experience as new entrepreneurs. Then once you start looking at that, then you're going to start to notice that they also will be talking about what they want to achieve as well. But also take note on the comments back from other members in that group as well, as the language they use to help them to move forward. So that's the first place you can start with. The second place is you can start is you can do some deep dive interviews with some of your existing clients or some people that you may be friends with or colleagues. But make sure the deep dive interviews are people who are your avatar or your ideal client. In those deep dive interviews, you may have a phone call where you actually spend time going through some questions that you prepared so you can find out their pain points. You find out what's stopping them from achieving what you have to offer. Also finding out what they want. And in exchange for doing that, you can offer them to stay online with them to answer some questions freely with no charge to help them to move to the next step forward with whatever you're looking to resolve for them. So deep dive interviews is really good. And I do a lot of that with my community members as well. So you may put a day aside where you invite people to connect with you and have phone conversations around those deep dive interviews as well. Of course, you will be upfront with the deep dive interviews and say, this is for my research. And in return, I will stay on the call and gift you some time to answer your questions personally. The third one is go out into the field. Go to the offline events, go to networking events, go to workshops or whatever. And again, the purpose why you're going to these events is not to sell, not to get clients. It's simply to put your lab jacket on and do your research. So you will ask questions. You'll go deep with the people you're speaking to, building rapport and getting their perspective as to what is going on. The more you understand your audience, the more specific your messaging is going to become. Now, after 4 years of being online, I still put aside 1 hour per day to do my market research. I am always wanting to know at a deeper level. It reminds me of those days in my martial arts training. I've had 30 years of martial arts, and every day when you turn up for a martial arts session with my teacher, I would always go through the basic movements alongside the beginner. Obviously, the way I performed those movements were at a much deeper level than the movements of the beginner. But this is like understanding your audience. Just because you've done it once, it doesn't mean you have a deeper understanding when you decide to master the ability to read and understand your audience. And this is when the magic occurs, because when you know your audience, you can design your messaging that's going to show them that you have the right solution for them and that the message also resonates so that they know that you're the right person for them to work with. What I'm talking about today is simply the tip of the iceberg, and it comes to understanding your clients. And I go deeper into this topic within my program, Get It Launched 6-week beginner program coaching cohort. As you can tell, I love marketing now, and I love helping entrepreneurs to successfully launch and to simplify the process as well. I've had so many questions around launching and creating your online courses that I've decided to put together this intensive program that follows my create and launch frameworks for you. This training and coaching program is going to specifically show you how to validate and launch your online course idea and how you will co-create the program with your enrolled students who have paid upfront. There will be 6 training modules in your private membership area for you to work through at a time that works for you. Each week for 6 weeks, you will jump on a live small group coaching call conducted by me. You'll also be invited to 3 live implementation sessions as well, so you can take action and ask me questions. I will be walking you through a step-by-step single process on how to have successful launches and to respond to your questions immediately. You will also have access to your downloads, your templates, your checklists, your workbooks, and other resources for you to access and support your progress throughout the whole program. All of this is so that you can successfully launch your own program with any overwhelm, confusion, or frustration. I will be also adding some extra bonuses that will support you before, during, and after your launches. I never leave you alone. You are always supported with me. Now, one more note. You'll have access to the training material so that you can work through at your own time and review all the training material when it works for you. And you don't even have to know your course idea yet to get started, because when you research your market and listen to their conversations and understanding their problem, then you will know the solution that will actually help that person to move forward. You just have to get started. So join me. The next cohort is limited to 10 people only. So you will never feel like you are fighting to be heard amongst the masses. But you also can't hide as well, which is where I can gently challenge you to keep moving forward so you're never left behind. And as this is a beta launch, you will also gain 50% discount of $997, which will never be offered at this low price again. The course is going to start next week, and the enrollments are open now, and they will be closing this Friday. I open up the registrations for this program only 2 times per year, and the bonuses that you will receive on this launch may not necessarily be the same bonus as you'll receive on our next release. You don't want to miss out. You simply have to start, and through action, you will gain more clarity and direction as you open up new doors of possibilities. Enrollments are closing this Friday to grab your beta training launch at this low price that will never be offered again. The link is below me. Jump on the link and sign up today. I look forward to seeing you in the program next week at our onboarding session. Remembering the coaching cohort is only limited to 10 people only. See you next week. Take care. Bye.